Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Community Spotlight. For those of you who do not know, the Community Spotlight is a series we do exclusive here on YouTube where we take a single map, a single video, and show them off to our wider Stronghold audience. We also I answer a bunch of questions asked by our community, which all are put on the Stronghold Facebook group. So if you want to ask a question which might be featured on a future episode, head over to the Facebook Stronghold group, apply to join, I'll let you in, put a post up, and you can put your questions on that post. But without further ado, let's get on with the episode. This episode we're featuring Firefly by the Dragonheart. Built in fan favourite Stronghold Crusader, Firefly is meant as an eye-candy piece, and boy does it do a fantastic job. The attention to detail is very impressive, with the areas surrounding Dragonheart's castle varied, nuanced, and most importantly natural looking. Then we get to the actual castle, a complex maze of walls, pathways and towers sprinkled with greenery and solid rock, giving the castle an authentic feel. According to the description, Dragonheart took 3 years to make this map, and it's that commitment which astounds us here at Firefly. Unfortunately, this was Dragonheart's last ever map, so we wanted to take this opportunity to honour his map-making legacy. Next up is our video spotlight, and this week we bring you medieval hip-hop. Listen to this. Special thanks to peasants for this absolute banger. I'm sending it to Kanye right now. Next is our creator spotlight, and this week we're featuring Pixelated Apollo. Apollo's channel is a mix of strategy, simulation and action, as he specialises in historical bloodshed for a variety of titles, from Total War to Stronghold. Apollo did some great Stronghold 2 Steam Edition coverage a while back, which we'd highly recommend checking out. But with regular uploads, a wide variety of games and one hell of a commentary voice, he's a no-brainer for a strategy fan subscription box. Okay, so those were our chosen spotlights for this episode. We're going to move on to the Q&A, and we're going to start off with Michael Diarcy, who says, "Nothing but love for you guys. Stronghold is the only game my wife loves to play, and we love to hear more about the next version, or even a little bit of footage." Firstly, thanks for the kind words, Michael. Appreciate it, and I appreciate your wife loving the series. That's really cool. As for Stronghold Next, we just released a Q&A, which has a bunch of new details for you. You can find that on our YouTube channel, or I'll put a link in the description below that you can follow to get that. But as for actual gameplay, we're waiting for a full gameplay reveal later this year, so look out for that. Next up is Pascal Mansi, who says, "I love High Middle England, and I hope Stronghold Next is set there," I guess. So I'm assuming you mean sort of medieval England, like the main Stronghold games where they're set. Stronghold Next setting is something, again, we're keeping under wraps for now. We're waiting for the full gameplay reveal to sort of do a full presentation and show you all the cool stuff. But if I was to reference our Q&A we released last week for Stronghold Next, we can say that it's not Crusader free and it's not Legends 2. So those are the details we can unveil at this time. But yeah, settings, we're waiting to reveal the setting for the full gameplay reveal. Jerka Stanek. I'm so sorry for these. I'm going to butcher everyone's name, just so you know. Great games. I really miss PvE Stronghold Kingdoms. Can you tell me if there will be another one anytime soon? So if you check our recent sort of community posts for Stronghold Kingdoms on our Steam page, I believe, or in the Stronghold Kingdoms feed, there are some clues dotted in there for you regarding any new PvE stuff. So yeah, head over to there and have a gander. Next up is Felix Rivera Cabezas. He says, "Will we ever get an offline skirmish mode for the original Stronghold, or better modding tools for Stronghold and Crusader, so we can add features from Stronghold to Crusader? Also, there seems to be a few events in the scenario editor in Stronghold missing. Could you add them in, please? Also, events and reinforcing the player. It would be just adding a siege/reinforcement alternating button to that menu in where you can create sieges that attack the player." Okay, that's a lot of stuff. So let me try and deconstruct that. We do sort of like occasional minor updates, and there's a lot of stuff on our wish list, a lot of ideas that we have that we want to go back and add in and modify. Again, like in the last year or so, we've done a couple of new DLCs, added some new languages. The community wants a bunch of stuff for our legacy titles to be added in, and they're definitely sort of not dead to us. We're definitely looking to go back and add things when we can. But again, limited resources, indie studio, it's all being put on the back burner for now while we focus on Stronghold Next. Next up is Florian Salanovic. Maybe. Firefly, what do you think of a Stronghold game only with Vikings and maybe a war vs England? Greetings from Germany. Greetings from England. Yeah, so at the moment, Northgard's got that pretty much set. If you want a Viking strategy game, Northgard, highly recommended. And again, setting is something we are revealing for the gameplay reveal. Aren't giving any sort of clues apart from what we said in the Q&A last week. Yeah, again, wait for the gameplay reveal. All questions will be answered then. Next up, Michael Bianchi. Will there be? Oh, Temru. Hello, Temru. Nice to see you, mate. Will there be a day/night cycle or different seasons? I assume that's for Stronghold Next. So it's currently not planned for Stronghold Next, but it's definitely something we are interested in and that we're looking at, and maybe for Stronghold titles after Stronghold Next. Roberto Italiano back again with, will there ever be a Stronghold drawbridge? I would really enjoy it. Actually, Roberto, the original intention for that, for those of you who don't know, Stronghold drawbridge was 2016's April Fool's video, where we basically pretended we were making a card game for a day, because card games were all the rage back then. Still are really. So we were originally intending to make that playable on some sort of on a web browser or something like that. But unfortunately, yeah, we can't spend in the studio. We can't spend all those resources on sort of an April Fool's joke when we've got something like Stronghold Next in the pipeline. Paul Madeira. Yeah, again, Paul. Sorry for I totally forgot to pronounce your name. My bad. Are you going to fix some AI castles and bugs in Stronghold Crusader? Again, going back to Felix's answer, Crusader and Stronghold 1 are titles we love to go back and fix when we can, but again, limited resources, focusing on Stronghold Next. But yeah, hopefully in the future we can sort of keep polishing our legacy titles and making them even better. Next up is Andrew Condon. Is there any chance for transcriptions for some of the music or the stem tracks being released? I think a lot of musicians like myself would be very interested in what we could do with those resources. That's a tough one because basically the composer for Stronghold, Robert L. Uvino, isn't necessarily, while we love working with him, he isn't necessarily part of the studio. So yeah, it will be completely up to him. He's sort of, for lack of a better phrase, an external composer. He's not in-house, and I can't just go over to his desk and ask him for that. So probably maybe email him or contact him about it. But yeah, unfortunately we can't help you with that sort of specific request. Frederick, maybe Whippage. Is official workshop and mod support going to be featured for Stronghold Next, like adding new yours, new castle patterns for them? Also, being able to construct castles for bots in-game would be a great addition, and would love to add almost unlimited content. Can't go into those specifics, but we will have obviously workshop sort of support for Stronghold Next, as community sort of maps and additions and scenarios and invasions and economic sort of situations are really important to sort of Stronghold games in general. And we at least want to have the workshop up and running and the players able, to make sort of maps and scenarios from at least day one, if not maybe a bit earlier. Next up is Gold Cup Ozturk. Hello again, my friend. What's going on? Will you use old voices in Stronghold Next? For example, swordsman voices. For every sort of new big Stronghold game, which Stronghold Next is going to be, we use sort of completely new voice actors. And while it's a possibility that we go back and cherry pick things that the community love, we'll probably be using completely new voice actors, but looking to return this sort of original tone and flavor and style. So, hopefully we have a bunch of, when Stronghold Next comes out, we have a bunch of new catchphrases that are loved by the Stronghold community. Miguel Chagas, who asks a bunch of stuff. Will Stronghold Next have a similar gameplay to Stronghold 1 and Stronghold Crusader, where you could raise taxes and keep, or where you could raise taxes in the keep and raise the food rations in the granary? We have a game slider. Will the fear factor come back? So yeah, those are a bunch of sort of things I personally can't go into. But what I can tell you, Miguel, is that we're looking to bring back a whole bunch of sort of classic Stronghold features. But yeah, we're keeping most of the details of mechanics and gameplay under wraps for now, while we're doing sort of the final designs and balancing and testing and implementing art and that sort of thing. So yes, we're looking to bring back all the community favorites, but again, leaving the details for the gameplay reveal. And lastly, Darko Svetkovic. Will the regular Age worlds return to Stronghold Kingdoms? So we recently updated the Era world system, similar to the classic Age system, which was sort of built on community feedback. But what I can tell you is if you go and check the Kingdoms news feed, there'll be more details, and make sure you let us know sort of what you think of the community-driven changes. So that's actually all we have time for today, folks. Special thanks to all those who asked questions on our Facebook Stronghold group. Again, link in the description if you want to go join that. And all the people who made sort of Stronghold community content. We find it really cool at the studio, the amount of time and effort people put into this kind of thing. If you did like the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe here on YouTube for more episodes of the Community Spotlight and more Stronghold content in general.